What if the hardest part of trading isn't taking a loss, but handling what happens when you are finally in profit? Because that's the moment most traders lose it. And in today's episode, I will show you why that happens and what's really driving your decisions in those moments. You are listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. I am your host, Agnieszka Wood, a trading mindset coach and a seasoned day trader with over a decade of experience. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. In this podcast, we explore the fascinating world of psychology and the human element of trading. We take a deep dive into different perspectives to inspire you and help you navigate the emotional ups and downs of trading with self-compassion and confidence. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, this podcast is your trusted companion providing support on your trading journey. Get ready to boost your confidence and unlock the secrets to mastering your mindset for success. Welcome to episode 79, the real reason you exit trades too early or give profits back. Today, I want to talk about something that I've been hearing a lot lately from many traders, and maybe you have experienced this yourself. You are in a trade, you are up, it's working. You finally see what would make a lot of struggling traders happy. Trade is green and you're making money. And then one of the two things happen. You either close the trade way too early and then watch the real move happen while you are on the sidelines, or you stay in, but give most of the profit back, if not all of it. And lately, I've been hearing both. Some traders tell me, I keep cutting my winners short, and others say, I made a nice profit, but I gave it all back. Both are left with a feeling of regret and frustration. And they say, if I just had stayed or if I had stopped trading at that moment, I would have made so much money. And here's the interesting part. Those sound like opposite problems, but they are not. They are actually the same thing, just different reactions to the same scenario. And that scenario is when the trade starts working. Because even though you might be thinking the hard part is to find a setup, to get into a trade or to manage risk, but honestly, many traders say they struggle with exits, but the reality is they struggle with what happens to them when they are in profit. That moment decides about your success as a trader because that's when something shifts for most people. And if you have been trading for a while, you probably know exactly what I mean. In a matter of seconds, you see you're up on a trade and something changes. You become more tense. You start worrying whether the price is going to turn around and you will lose the profit. Maybe you start thinking about all the things you can buy for the money you're making. And suddenly it becomes a matter of, I don't want to lose it. Instead of being a matter of just following your plan and managing your trade. So you're no longer asking yourself, what was my exit plan? You lose the clarity and say, okay, what do I do now? You literally put yourself under pressure to make a decision that, in fact, you have already taken before when deciding about your exit strategy in your plan. And that creates pressure to lock it in or to not lose the profit or to make more of it. And that's where everything starts to change. And it feels like you are suddenly in this extraordinary situation, needing extraordinary measures outside of your plan. So you change the plan and act on impulse. But the truth is, you are actually prepared for this. You already planned for this moment before you entered the trade. That is, if you had a plan. As long as you will treat being in profit as extraordinary, you will keep reacting and as a result, cutting it short. If you want to be successful, you have to get used to the idea of making money and being in profit. And this is so ironic because most traders think that when they finally make money, they can relax. But every day, again and again, they show themselves that success doesn't relax them at all. In fact, it creates more pressure. And that's something most traders don't expect. And when you start looking at this more closely, you will realize something. The way that you react in those moments isn't random. It follows patterns that you already have outside of trading. The way you handle situations in trading is the way you handle situations in life. And the first pattern that I see a lot that has to do with cutting your profits short and giving your profits back is lack of boundaries. In trading, this shows up as staying in trades too long or pushing for more when you should stop and ignoring your own limits, breaking your rules, and not holding yourself to your promises. And if you look outside of trading, this is usually showing up as overworking, saying yes when in fact you mean no, but you just can't say no, and not protecting your time or your energy. It's exactly the same pattern. So when you are in profit, it's not just about the trade. It's about that you don't have a clear internal enough. And that's how profits turn into frustration. And as a result, to more of the same sabotaging behaviors because you keep fueling the pattern. The second pattern is something that I personally know very well from my own experience, but also most traders that I talk to have it to some degree, and it's perfectionism. And this one shows up differently. It's a very tricky one because on the outside, it looks like there's nothing wrong with it. You want things to be perfect. So what? You might be even telling yourself that you just like good quality. But the issue here is that under the surface, perfectionism is a form of control. You want the events to unfold as you want them to. And by working relentlessly on every minute detail, you are trying to control the outcome and avoid any unexpected issues. The problem with it in trading is that even if you do everything perfect, you still could be wrong. There is uncertainty that no amount of preparation can remove. And your need for control and certainty makes you overthink. And no decision ever feels quite right. That's why when you are in profit, you don't trust it. Have you ever caught yourself doing that? Maybe part of you is thinking, what if it turns around? And feeling like you need to act to make sure you lock it in just in case. And then taking the profit early. Instead of following your plan, you're following your doubt. If you find yourself overthinking, looking for certainty in your life, if you consider yourself maybe a control freak, if not knowing what's going to happen stresses you out, most likely you are bringing this pattern into your trading, which in the market environment is not very effective and might be working against you. And then the third and the last pattern that I want to talk about today, it's the proving pattern. This is where trading stops being just trading and starts becoming about you. This is where you force trades, where you size up, stay in just to prove you are right, and don't walk away when you should. In those situations, it's not about what happens on the screens in front of you. It's about what's playing on the big screen of your mind inside your head. It's about what this trade means about you and whether you can get it right. It's about proving to yourself and maybe even to others that you can do it, that you are good enough to be good at it, and that you deserve to be successful. This pattern is very common. Most of us were raised this way. We are taught to compete, to be better than others, not to make mistakes, and make other people happy and proud. So every day we seek approval. We try to prove something to ourselves and others. Try not to disappoint anyone, even if it means compromising your own well being. So when you are in a winning trade, you are not only winning in trading, your entire world is working. And now the trade isn't neutral anymore. You start to protect that feeling, so you lock in the profit, proving that you are doing well. And the same dynamic plays out when you don't allow yourself to take a loss. You simply have to prove you are right. You are not trading the position in your account anymore. You are trading your position in the world. And that's emotional. That's where things go south. Now, here is the important part. All of these patterns have one thing in common. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's not that there is something wrong with you. You know exactly what to do. You have a plan and good intentions. It's just that in the moment, you don't stay aligned with it. You override yourself. And that's because there is a skill most traders have never actually developed. Traders spend years learning strategies, entries, setups, but they spend almost no time learning how to handle themselves when the trade is working. And that's the real skill. That's a skill that matters not just in trading, but in many areas of life. And I call it the profitability skill. It's the ability to consistently act in your best interest, even when there's pressure, even when there's money on the line, and especially when you are in profit, when it's time to actually take the profit. Because every pattern that we just talked about is a moment where you stop doing that. And if you don't have that skill, you keep repeating the patterns and get stuck in the same loop. Make money, feel pressure, react, cut it too early, or give it back. And then let the frustration kick in. Then trying again, same thing. It's not random, it's predictable. So here is something simple you can start doing. Next time you are in a trade that's working, just pause for a second and ask yourself, which pattern is showing up right now? Am I pushing past my limits? Am I locking it in too early because I want to control the outcome? Am I trying to prove something? And it's not about trying to fix it. It's about catching it, because recognizing it is the first step. From there, when you start catching these patterns in real time, that's when you can begin to respond differently. And that's where most traders get stuck. They see it, they understand it, but they don't actually change it. That's where structured work comes in. And that's exactly why I'm running a 30-day live summer bootcamp starting June 3rd, where we will focus on changing the patterns we talked about today. It's not about theory, it's about working through what shows up for you in real time. And it's a fully guided live experience where you will be working with me for 30 days on recognizing and changing these patterns so that you can finally stop making emotional decisions and start seeing real progress. And you can find a link in the description or go to tradingmindsetjourney.com. As you now see, this isn't really about your exits. It's about what happens to you while you are in a trade. It's about getting out of the pattern and breaking the loop. And whether you do it or not depends on whether you can stay aligned with what's in your best interest at any given moment. Because in trading, it's not the market that takes your profits, it's the trader who does not take them. Thank you for listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. If you are enjoying my show, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and tell me what you like about it. Thanks to you, more traders will be able to find me, and together we'll make a bigger impact. So thank you so much. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. And make sure to also check some of the previous shows. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Agnieszka Wood from Ahead Coach. Bye for now.